All right, let's dive right in today. We're tackling something that I'm sure is on a lot of your minds, upgrading that Microsoft Dynamics NAV system.
Yeah, it's a big one. And with Microsoft phasing out mainstream support, it's not really a question of if anymore.
Exactly. It's more like how, and how to choose the right path forward. That can feel, well, overwhelming.
Absolutely. But that's what we're here for today.
We're going deep on this one. I was looking at some data earlier, and it's interesting. Companies who put off that NAV upgrade, even just by a year, they saw a 15% drop in how efficiently they were running things.
Ooh, yeah. That's a real hidden cost you don't want to be dealing with.
No kidding. So we're going to break it all down. We've got articles, blog posts, even some case studies, all about upgrading to Dynamics 365 Business Central.
Think of it like your trusty NAV system, but leveled up, big time.
And here's where it gets interesting. There are two main paths you can take: technical upgrade or a full re-implementation.
So many choices. But that's where really thinking about your business needs, your budget, and your long-term goals comes in.
Exactly. There's no one-size-fits-all, right?
Nope.
So let's unpack this. First up, the technical upgrade. I often hear this called lifting and shifting. But what does that actually mean, practically speaking?
So picture this. You're not just moving your data from NAV to Business Central. It's about carefully moving those custom reports, workflows, integrations, everything. Like you're moving into a new house, but taking all your favorite furniture and decor.
I like that. So you're not just moving data, you're trying to preserve the heart of your system.
You got it. And when does this approach really shine? Well, think about it. If your business relies on really specific, complex customizations, and they're still working great, why change what's not broken, right?
That makes a lot of sense. I was thinking re-implementation would always be the go-to since it's the newer option, but I see how sticking with what works is smart.
It's about making things efficient. And if your business processes, the core of how you operate, haven't really changed that much since you first implemented NAV, well, a technical upgrade means you're not starting from scratch unnecessarily.
Makes me think of companies in those heavily regulated industries, the ones where detailed audit trails are a must-have. Upgrading lets them keep all that precious historical data.
Absolutely. And let's face it, a full re-implementation, it can be a big investment. If you need a solution that's easier on the budget and doesn't take forever, the technical upgrade has a lot of appeal.
Oh, and here's a bonus I found. Once you're on Business Central, you get those automatic upgrades twice a year. No more manual upgrades or headaches.
Future-proofing your system, getting all those latest features and security enhancements automatically.
Okay, so this technical upgrade's looking pretty good, but hold on. We haven't talked about re-implementation yet. And I think that's where things get even more interesting.
Re-implementation, that's a whole different ballgame, like hitting refresh on your entire ERP system, a clean slate. Imagine trading in your old car for a Tesla.
I love that analogy. So We're not just talking about upgrading, we're talking about a transformation.
You got it. You're not just moving into a new house, you're designing and building a brand new one exactly how you want it.
All right, now I'm intrigued. But this whole clean slate thing can be intimidating. When does re-implementation really make the most sense?
Well, picture this. Your business has gone through a major shift since you implemented NAV. You expanded into new markets, maybe acquired other companies, or your products have totally changed. Re-implementation gives you the chance to match your ERP to your current reality.
So if your business has evolved, your ERP should evolve with it. Makes sense. But what about the data itself? What if you've got old, maybe unreliable data in NAV that's making things harder? Isn't re-implementation risky because you lose all that history?
That's where the reset idea comes in.
Yeah.
You can actually clean up your data, make sure your insights are based on what's accurate and relevant. You choose what to keep and what to leave behind.
So it's like spring cleaning your data, a fresh start.
Exactly. And think about this. If your NAV system has gotten slow, weighed down over the years, re-implementation is like swapping out that old engine for a brand new one.
So it's not just cleaner data, it's a system that can keep up. I'm starting to see the appeal of re-implementation now.
Plus, you can leapfrog right to the newest version of Business Central. Especially helpful if your current NAV is, well, ancient.
No more climbing the upgrade ladder one step at a time. You're taking the express elevator to the top.
Now, before we get too excited about re-implementation, there's something important to remember.
It's a big choice. We've got two solid options, both with their own pros. But before we get too deep into picking one, can we step back for a second? You said earlier that Business Central is like NAV, but better, like supercharged. Can you unpack that a little more? For someone who's used to an NAV, what makes it so different?
Sure. So the basic stuff you're used to in NAV, it's still there. But Business Central, it takes everything up a notch. It's got that modern interface. It's cloud-based. And there are some really powerful new features.
Okay, I'm listening. What kind of game-changing features are we talking about? The stuff that'll make an NAV user sit up and take notice.
Well, first off, the user interface is way more intuitive. Easier on the eyes and easy to navigate. Your team will find what they need and do their work faster. No more wrestling with clunky menus.
So it's a smoother experience, even for someone coming from NAV.
Exactly. And being in the cloud, that changes everything. Flexibility, scalability, you can get to your system from anywhere, anytime, on any device. No more being tied to those on-premise servers.
That's huge these days, with everyone working remotely and on the go. But what about the actual features, the tools? Anything really stand out that NAV users should know about?
One of the coolest things is the reporting and analytics. Business Central has some seriously powerful tools for that. Slice and dice your data, get insightful reports. You can see how your business is performing in real time, like having a team of data analysts right there with you.
Sounds impressive. No more spending hours in spreadsheets trying to make sense of numbers.
Nope. And don't forget about how smoothly it works with other Microsoft stuff, Office 365, things like that. Your ERP connects with Outlook, Excel, Teams. It streamlines everything.
That's a big deal if you're already using Microsoft products all the time. So it's more than just upgrading, it's like a whole new way of working. This decision's starting to feel less scary and more exciting, honestly.
That's the attitude. And whether you go for the technical upgrade or the re-implementation, you're moving to a platform that's built to give you the tools and the insights you need to really succeed.
You've really shown why this upgrade matters. But let's turn this around for a second. What if someone decides to just stick with NAV as it is? You mentioned Microsoft ending support. What does that mean in real life? What actually happens?
Well, like we said before, no more support means you're on your own. No security updates, no bug fixes, no new features. Imagine driving a car that's not getting serviced anymore. It might run for a while, but eventually it's going to break down and leave you stranded.
And I bet the consequences are way worse than just being stuck on the side of the road.
For sure. Think about it. Cybersecurity threats are everywhere these days. Without those security updates, your NAV system becomes a target. It's a big risk to your data, your whole business.
No business wants to deal with that. It's not just about keeping up with tech. It's about protecting what's important.
Exactly. And if you're stuck on an old NAV system, you can't really adapt and grow either. The business world moves fast. You need a system that can keep up. Business Central, being in the cloud and with all its new features, it lets you change and stay ahead of the game.
So upgrading isn't just about avoiding problems. It's about opening up new possibilities. Future-proofing your business. You've convinced me acting sooner is better, but making the decision is just the first step, right? Any advice for someone who's ready to start this upgrade journey? Where do they even begin?
Good question. First things first, don't try to do it all yourself. Find an implementation partner, someone with experience, like Technology Management Concepts, TMC, they were mentioned in the articles we looked at. They've helped tons of businesses go through this.
I'm hearing a theme here. Teamwork makes the dream work. Don't be afraid to ask for help from the pros.
Right. And once you've got your team, talk to each other. Make sure everyone in your company understands why you're upgrading, what the timeline looks like, what their role is. Everyone on the same page makes the transition smoother.
Setting clear expectations from the beginning. No surprises.
Exactly. Oh, and don't forget about training. Invest in some good training so your team can really use the new system. It won't work if people don't know how to use it.
This reminds me of when my old company upgraded our system. That training, it was so helpful. We learned the new system and it got everyone excited about it. It was a turning point.
I see what you mean. Training isn't just about the technical stuff. It's about getting people comfortable and excited about using the new system.
Speaking of excited, I'm feeling a lot more positive about this whole upgrade thing than I was when we started. You've explained everything so well, and the benefits are clear. But I think we've got time for one more question before we wrap up this part.
Let's hear it.
Okay, so the decision's made, the implementation partner's on board, and the team is ready. What about the actual process, the implementation itself? What should people watch out for? Any potential pitfalls?
I'm thinking about those small things that can turn into big problems if you aren't careful.
That's smart, because even if you plan perfectly, things can still go wrong. One thing people underestimate is how important data migration is. You can't just transfer data. You have to clean it up, make sure it's all good, and make sure it works in the new system.
It's not as easy as copy and paste then.
Nope. It takes real strategy to get that data accurate, complete, and ready to use in Business Central. Another thing people forget about is change management. Remember, a new ERP system changes how people work. You have to communicate well, deal with any concerns, and support your team as they learn the new way of doing things.
So communication has to be clear and consistent throughout the whole project, not just at the beginning. And one last thing, don't skip testing. You have to thoroughly test the new system before you launch it. That's how you find and fix problems or bugs. Better to find them early than have to deal with big problems once the system's live.
Good point. Better safe than sorry. All right. Okay, let's do a quick recap. We talked about the 2 ways to upgrade from NAV to Business Central. The technical upgrade, which is like moving into a new house but keeping all your furniture and decorations, and re-implementation, which is like building a whole new house from scratch. We talked about why Business Central is so great, the risks of sticking with an old NAV system, and the things you need to think about for a successful implementation. We've covered a lot of ground today.
We have. Hopefully, this deep dive gave you the information you need to choose what's best for your business.
You know, I started off feeling a little overwhelmed by this topic, but now I'm genuinely excited. It's not just about upgrading a system. It's about changing your business for the better.
That's exactly what I hope everyone takes away from this. Upgrading to Business Central, it's not just a chore. It's a chance to do things better, to work smarter, and to unlock new levels of efficiency and growth.
Before we wrap up, I want to leave our listeners with something to think about as they start their own upgrade journey. Imagine your business running like a dream on a perfect Business Central system. What could you do? What new goals could you achieve? What would it mean for your team, your customers, and your overall success?
That's a great question. It's all about imagining the future you want and then using technology to get there. And don't forget all the resources we talked about today, those extra blog posts, the business process review that TMC offers, those can really help you along the way.
So to everyone listening, keep learning about this. Read those resources, talk to the experts, and ask all your questions. Don't be afraid to ask for help to make your upgrade a success. You'll be glad you did.
And as always, we're here to help you learn and grow. Until next time, happy upgrading.